Tonight's first speaker is a senior in the House, Ray Kim. His speech is titled, "A Change of Scenery."
Hey everyone. One of my first impressions as a freshman here was that everybody was so well traveled. I, on the other hand, barely traveled when I was younger. The only formative memory I had was in the second grade when my family took a road trip across the West Coast. I got pneumonia during the better half of it, and after an incident where I ate ramen in a hotel room, swallowed a pill too big for my throat, and threw it all back up with the noodles intact, I did not want to travel anymore. Sophomore year of college, a few of my friends toyed with the idea of going to Europe for spring break and said they'd go if I went too. I thought it'd be fun to travel outside the US and with friends instead of family. But I was worried. What if I got sick again? What if I got lost? Or what if I got mugged? You know when your friends say we should go on the biggest roller coaster and you say, "Psh, yeah, let's do it." But deep inside, you're actually dying. That was basically me, and before I knew it, I bought tickets to Paris. This time, I did not throw up, but I nearly did. We were at the base of the Eiffel Tower, and because the line was so long to use the elevator, my friends decided we should just take the stairs. Before I could even utter that I've always been deathly afraid of heights, they were rapidly climbing the stairs, jumping ahead 2 steps at a time. It would be a total of 704 steps to the highest point. I took a deep breath and gave myself a little pep talk. Look, just don't think about it. You've come all the way across the Atlantic to see the Eiffel Tower from the floor because you're afraid of a few stairs. Look, your friends are already way ahead of you. So I burst up the steps, my hand hovering above the railing as my heart raced. After what seemed like hours, there were no more steps to take. I breathed a sigh of relief. My friends turned around and motioned at me to come see the sunset, and we watched as the Eiffel Tower lights illuminated the night sky. Standing there, above all those seemingly impossible steps, I realized that my fears are conquerable. Since then, I've backpacked across Spain, Portugal, and Central Europe. When I was in Portugal, I had lunch with a few travelers who told me about their 2-month road trip across the US and how they had a blast and saved money by couch surfing. I was jealous of their stories. They encouraged me to couch surf too, but I was reluctant. It seemed dangerous, and I was afraid that I might not get along with my host. There were just too many unknowns, I said. They smiled and reassured me there will always be unknowns, but there won't always be these opportunities. And man, that really hit me like a ton of bricks. As my semester abroad in London was coming to a close, I decided to try couch surfing in Vienna. When I met my host, Fabian, we hit it off immediately as we shared stories about travel over drinks at a local bar. The next day was a national holiday in Austria, and Fabian invited me to join his friends at a picnic next to the Danube River. That night, we played my favorite game, Resistance, and they argued and screamed at one another like their friendships were on the line. I could have just toured Vienna on my own, but I was having too much fun with Fabian and the friends I met. I spent a few more days with them, swimming in the river, making Wiener Schnitzel for a party of 12, and biking around with them as the sun set. I didn't feel like a tourist. I felt like a traveler, like one of them. Fears always seem so silly to me in hindsight. But in the moment, it's really paralyzing. What's gotten me through these moments is a reminder that fear is something that we choose. Fear is a little voice inside you that tells you to not take chances, to not feel afraid. But that's not your true voice. For me, I developed strength in my voice through travel. Fear will always be there, but I no longer listen to it. Thank you.